And welcome back, everyone, to part 6 of What If Naruto Was a Full Uzumaki with Adamantine Chains. Last time, we continued on with Naruto and Team 7 coming back from their mission. Ultimately, the day was saved, but, the two died, unfortunately. They've grown a little bit stronger as a team, learning some new techniques, and have entered the Chunin exams. Particularly, we caught up with them after the actual written test. Now the question is, does Sasuke hold the scroll, or does Naruto hold the scroll? I think that's a legitimate question here, because both are trustworthy enough to do it, and both trust each other enough to do it. So again, who do we think holds the scroll here? For my money, I would say Naruto actually holds the scroll. This is due to the fact that he's, as Uzumaki, he's a seal master as well. He can actually hide the scroll he can actually hide the scroll in ways the others can't. In fact, Naruto probably actually, when they hand in the scroll, looks at the design of the scroll, pulls out one of his own scrolls, or a couple of his own scrolls, and basically just, makes a couple mock scrolls. And more or less, he puts like a little booby trap on them with an extra seal. Meanwhile, the other scroll, he basically just kind of writes a temporary seal on his hand, a storage seal, and just poof. Now no one's going to be able to just take the scroll off us. Cool. Now, granted, he doesn't make sure no one sees it. It just actually makes more sense for Naruto to hold it, in my opinion. They get ready to go, or ding ding, whatever the sound of it was. It was like a boop sound. I think it was the way the bell rang. And they head off. And they're getting ready. They hear people obviously get attacked by the leeches in the forest. And so it sounds like the exam's already underway. And then Naruto's still, there's no version of this where Naruto probably doesn't need to take a leak. It's like, sorry, I gotta just take care of some business real quick, and he just goes behind the bushes. Like, but Naruto, as people have kind of pointed out, does have some level of sensory capability. Mind you, he was able to pick out where Zabuza was. This is the inconsistency of part 1, which lets me know that if Naruto has a sensory capability, it's very mild, and it's kind of really only works sometimes, because he didn't sense that rain ninja coming up behind him, or that rain ninja is just really good at hiding his presence. Take your pick of what the answer is to that. But Naruto probably does have more of a sensory capability here, just with Kurama's chakra leaking in there, and him being an Uzumaki, and their clan having sensory capabilities. I'm not saying he's a pure sensor right now. I'm going to wait till later on in the series for us to kind of tackle that, I thought. But the point is, Naruto still has decent battle sense, decent instincts and sense. So while he's taking leeches, all of a sudden they hear a "Let me go!" And they hear a zip. It's like attacking. I always bring up this, trying to attack a guy from behind while he's taking a leak. Dick move, guy. Come on, put me down. I don't think you. And he just kind of holds him up higher. I don't really think you want me to do that. Wait. He's like, wait, you were trying to sneak up on us and take our scroll, weren't you? Yeah, so what are we going to do with you now? I could just knock him out. We could just take it and see if he has a scroll on him. Or you can just tell us if you can be honest with us and tell us if you have the scroll on you. By the way, I'll know if you're lying. I think that could be a nice little trait of the chains, because they're made of his chakra and directly in contact with someone. He can feel the difference between a truth or a lie. It's just like a built-in lie detector for him. I think that'd be kind of a cool little secondary ability of not secondary, but cool little just quirky ability that Naruto's figured out. It's like, I don't. So yeah, you can tell I'm lying. So if you can tell I'm lying, then see if you can tell this. Yeah, I have the scroll. You just gotta go up my asshole. And I was like, no, he was telling the truth about having the scroll. So I was lying about where it was. What? So then, let's just rummage through his pockets and pull out the scroll. I always decide that this particular ninja has the scroll, just to make it a little bit more streamlined for the story. And again, he could have had the scroll. We don't know that for a fact that he didn't. One of the 3 of those team members had it, and they all went out on their own. And so, if I always remember correctly, this would have actually given him the proper scrolls to go to the think of the words here. To go to the tower. So yeah, but we got to be careful. We got to think of a way, just in case someone tries to sneak up on us. Then Sasuke gives the whole, it's like, when does a ninja strike? Ninja strike when the time is right. Da-da-da-da-da. I can't remember the full thing. That is the time for a ninja to strike. And I still don't think Naruto can remember that. Like, Naruto is overall more book smart here than he is in the original. And people kind of said Naruto's not stupid, and like I didn't say Naruto was stupid. I said Naruto was stupid in the first one. It's like, no, Naruto is just more simple-minded. He does actually have a good head on his shoulders. He's got actually great instincts. He's got good on-the-fly kind of battle IQ. But when it comes to raw intelligence, Naruto's not the brightest. He's not an idiot, especially once we get he's kind of an idiot in part one, let's be honest. But he's not like an idiot because he's not smart. It's just his intelligence isn't the intellectual type of intelligence. It's more practical type of intelligence. Anywho, hold on. So could you? I got like half of that. It's like, no, Naruto. That's it. And to be fair, Sasuke knows his friend well enough to know that he would not have been able to remember that. And that's the whole point of this, is to basically trick anyone who's listening. And Naruto but Naruto here would be smart enough to know, oh, I see what you're doing. He's like, all right, I think I'll get it. So he plays along. And so he just makes sure you all have. Naruto's about to check with them about the scrolls they said he gave them. All of a sudden he gets blast like, wow! And Naruto tries to stop it with a Gale Palm, but just can't stop it. Tries to clap and is eventually able to kind of use the chains to brace himself. Holy crap! What the hell? Where did that come from? Now he's still a ways away from Sasuke and Sakura, but he's a little closer than before. Unfortunately, he's not close enough to avoid the snake. Just, what the heck? Oh, is it crap? And gets swallowed, but ultimately just slices through the snake like a zink. Boom. Ah, disgusting. I gotta get to Sasuke and Sakura. Something's not right. I can feel it. And he heads, rushes towards him. And so Naruto, obviously, and Naruto is also the one who's keeping the other scroll. Like, he's got both scrolls on him. Because again, makes sense. He's the seal guy here. And so, Sasuke and Sakura are both still being pursued by Orochimaru. Nothing changes in that scenario. Despite the fact Sasuke knows some lightning and jutsus as well, he's still basically completely defeated by Orochimaru. Like, he's completely scared by him. Naruto rushes in, just kunais a shuriken just to stop Orochimaru. Naruto, I see. So you survived. You were able to. You survived, my little friend. I expect no less from an Uzumaki. Now, this should be people have brought up, would Orochimaru have any interest in a pure-blooded Uzumaki? My answer right now would be not right now. Because he had a pure-blooded Uzumaki in Karin. And he felt more inclined to use her for research and use her as like a guard than actually take her body. I'm not saying he may not be interested in Naruto later down the road. But right now, Sasuke is still more what he wants. That being said, he definitely does not underestimate an Uzumaki. And knowing that Naruto is a pure Uzumaki, I should have realized my one little friend wasn't been enough for you. So he sent the snake. I see. So, and he can even kind of smell it. It's like, you smell like snake. It's a trait I kind of just have. It's a trait I've picked up over the years. Forgive me if it offends you. And then Naruto, I could see in a weird fanfic Naruto like flirts with Orochimaru. Yeah. That sounded weird. Like, no, I like the smell. I was like, what? Yeah, insert your weird, gross fanfic there, because those exist. Those exist. Anyway, and it's like, Naruto, get out of here. We can't take this guy on. Now, Naruto, again, much more studied than his original counterpart, knows who the Sannin are. He specifically knows who Jiraiya is. Because as far as we know, Jiraiya hadn't really been in the village those 12 years, or 12, 13 years, until he showed up at the beginnings of the training arc for the Chunin exams. As far as we know. Because if he had shown up at any point to report to Hiruzen, that makes him a shitty godfather. That makes him a shitty guy. Because Naruto was right there. At least introduce yourself to the kid. But no, I'm going to have to go on the assumption he never, whatever contact he had with the third, he must have done it through like messenger toads or whatever. He hadn't been back in the village in some time. I say all this, however, because he knows who Jiraiya is. He knows that's his godfather. So therefore, he's learned about the Sannin, which means because this individual sent a giant snake, it doesn't take Naruto too long to actually put 2 and 2 together. Naruto, just go. We can give him the scroll and leave. Ah, yes, very smart, very sensible. Giving up a larger piece of some other place that you can get away. A very smart tactic indeed. And he throws the scroll at him, only for Naruto to kind of actually step in. And Orochimaru says, "The boy's fast." It's like Naruto, what are you doing? Just give him the scroll. And Naruto still probably does a push. What the hell are you doing? Oh, you're not Sasuke. You're the Sasuke I know is a coward. Besides, and this is where Naruto, there's no way to know that Orochimaru wouldn't let us leave even if you took it. There's no reason to believe he'd leave us alone even if he took the scroll. Isn't that right, Orochimaru? So, then Orochimaru kind of goes, so you're quite an intelligent boy indeed, Naruto. Actually, no, you're quite an intelligent boy indeed, Naruto. What gave me away? It's like, you're the giant snake that you sent. You're the only one in the village, apart from maybe Anko-san, who knows that. You know a lot for your age. I assume your mother Kushina taught you well, because Orochimaru would probably know Kushina is, and Kushina is probably one of the only people in the village right now who he would not actively F with. Like the third, he thinks he can kill the third, but still, he knows the third would not be easy to put down. But even Kushina, who arguably might be as strong as the third right now in terms of raw chakra power, her abilities, and ceiling. Oh, yeah, no, that's even he's like, I don't want to fuck with her if I don't have to. And he just pulls off his skin. It's like, wait, Orochimaru? Wait, who is? It's like Orochimaru, one of the 3 legendary Sannin. My mother taught me about him. For history. She and my dad actually had a relationship with Lord Jiraiya. That's right. Jiraiya taught your father, didn't he? And look where all his teaching got him, an early grave. Nancy, of course, now you know who I am, Naruto. Do you really want to try to take me on? And Naruto, it's like, Sasuke, fine. Sakura, help get Sasuke on his feet and get him out of here, huh? Wait, what do you say? I'll hold him off as long as I can. But make some close. The heir to the Uzumaki, one of the last. I must admit, boy, it's been a long time since I've met one of your kind. I only actually have one of yours, and my actually no, he doesn't have her under his employment right now. That's right, he doesn't know. So actually, this would be. See, I mentioned that earlier, and I'm sure someone's going to point it out until I just pointed it out now. He hasn't collected Karin yet. Karin is still out and about in the forest. He didn't get Karin until like a year or 2 later. That is interesting to say the least. Now, people kind of asked if Naruto would find Karin being an Uzumaki. Again, he's not a straight censor type, and even though Karin is, I don't know if she's just going to be drawn to his chakra or anything like that. Like anytime Naruto was kind of around them, until she actually met him, she didn't actually feel his chakra. Yeah, she's got good distance in the Kaguya's Eye technique, but just not the same in this circumstance. So he actually doesn't have Karin under his employ. So would he be more interested now in Naruto because he doesn't have Karin? It's possible. But again, it still goes to the fact that he didn't have a huge interest in taking over Karin's body, at least not at that time. So even if he did have interest in Naruto, I still don't see him having interest in him as a new body. Not right now. We know he has way more chakra than even Karin does. And he would obviously have the legacy he'd have the 9 tails, though that would also probably make him not a good candidate for a host body if he learns that Naruto has the 9 tails. Speaking of which, Naruto immediately summons out his chains. To the change of the Uzumaki. Dangerous indeed. 5 of them, too, to be able to use that many at such a young age. I must admit, Naruto, I'm growing more and more interested in you. But right now, Sasuke is my main goal. So unfortunately, I'll have to leave you. But I'd leave you a parting gift. If one of my friends wasn't enough, gee, someone's like 3-6, perhaps 3, and all of a sudden, Naruto, Naruto suddenly is like standing still, just in the fox chakra, because his emotions are getting a little bit the best of him. But he's keeping relatively level heads. He's drawing on the fox's chakra because, like, you're after my friend. I'm not letting you take my friend. Like, it gets rough. I'm not letting you take my friend. It's like, but it's true. So Minato soiled the fox inside his boy. Interesting indeed. But that, unfortunately, that was, well, let me rephrase that sentence. He'd make an ideal host if it wasn't for the fox. Still, he could have some value. And Naruto immediately just rushes in. It's like, but first I'll have to deal with the boy. And immediately, Orochimaru, like, Naruto's right in his face right now. Just, Orochimaru went granted, it is Shippuden era Orochimaru, but Shippuden era Orochimaru is arguably weaker by a large margin than this Orochimaru, because even though we do see him using his hands, I think Kubo just kind of, a lot of people pointed out, I would say Kubo, Kishimoto forgot that his hands were supposed to be gone at that point. Like, you couldn't use them. It's, yeah, but still, he went physically toe-to-toe with a 4-tailed Naruto. I have no doubt he could go throw hands with just base form Naruto. I've often kind of demonstrated Naruto kind of pushed him a little bit, and that's true. He could probably push him a little bit. Like, he's not going to take Naruto lightly. And Naruto, especially if he gets, like, a surprise on him, could definitely hurt him. But in terms of, like, just raw hand and physical stats, Orochimaru can keep up. But just as he grabs Naruto's fist, the other hand comes in, and then the chains come in, and then the chains just come in, or like it's like they have a mind of their own. And say, you're very skilled, Naruto, but you have a lot to learn. Actually coughs up the sword because he's basically ting 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 ting, like manhandling the blades. Here's a fun question: do you think the sword allegedly can cut through anything? Which it couldn't. It couldn't cut through adamantine, which Emma turned into. It still hurt, but it couldn't cut through it. Could it cut through the adamantine chains? It's chakra based, and we don't see it used against chakra based weapon or items very much, if at all. I don't know. Maybe if he put enough for it, if nothing else, it can repel them. Naruto is basically just trying to keep him at bay more than anything else. Say, you little brat. I'm stuttering here a little bit. This is pointless, Naruto. I don't have time to waste with. And all of a sudden, he sees Naruto finish a hand sign, hold his hand back, and all of a sudden, tornado fist! Naruto has to like stab into a tree. Not jutsu that level. Kushina. Yeah, I think I alluded to the fact that Kushina taught him this one. And Naruto's, still good. He's now starting to wane on the fox chakra just a little bit. Just, yeah, I'm not done yet. And finally, Orochimaru just zip lines through the trees. Yes, you are, Blinker. You're not the only. I'm told your clan was masters of seals, maybe the greatest in the ninja world, and yet you fight so haphazardly. I'm really how disappointing. And like he's actually got him in a way, like he's got both, like he's grabbed Naruto by the tongue, and he's actually grabbed the chains in a way where like they can't like move. He has to like funnel chakra into his hand to do it. And he's like strong. But let me show you what your people could have really done. You don't have to tell me what my people could have done. I know exactly what they're capable of. And he just kind of smiles. It's like, huh? All of a sudden, here's the Uzumaki are like chorus of Naruto's. It's like, what? And there's like a dozen Naruto's around him. And I'm just making this up, something up here. Crimson Diamond Seal! And then, like, seal patterns come in from all angles. And basically looks like he's sealed in a chakra diamond, more or less. It's like, what is this? It's like I'm actually in stone. He can still breathe. And then the clone, poof, poof, poof. Where I never once saw you make those clones. But how did you do that? Naruto's like, just looking. I'm just that should keep a hold of you for a while. As unfortunately, it's the strongest seal I have at the moment. He just kind of just huffing above. What the hell? How did you? And he kind of realizes you did this before you even showed up, didn't you? The minute yeah. Truth be told, I was actually watching the fight a few extra minutes before you went for Sasuke. The minute the snake made me suspicious, so I set up a couple clones just to be safe. You won't be able to get out of that for a little while. You should be able to get out of there. And just give him the face later. And hopefully the Anbu will find you for the. Now, how long Orochimaru's in there for? Anyone's guess, really. He's not in there indefinitely. He, at best, maybe. Because Naruto, unfortunately, he split his chakra up. He was using Nine Tails chakra. Even the clones probably had a little bit of chakra in there to strengthen it. And it was a big preparation seal, too. Like, Naruto could add on to that using his adamantine chains and really bind him in there. And that probably could work. Like, that'd be like indefinite kind of sealing. Honestly, I would think like the most advanced form of the Uzumaki adamantine chains would be actually separating the chain. Like, say he binds Orochimaru in the chains and then breaks the chains, but those bindings still stay there. I don't think Naruto has figured that part out yet. And I'm just making that up, but I would imagine that is really like the true epitome of those kind of like jutsus for the Uzumaki. Naruto that does, get out of there, and he even uses a Gale Pump to kind of blow himself up. Orochimaru is pissed. Damn you, boy! Damn you, Naruto! He's like he notes like it's not like I'm in stone. Like it's like I'm stuck in stone. But the longer he stays there, it's like no. The longer I stay there, the more less it becomes like some more like mud. Like I'm moving through something thick. It's like I can do this, and he finally gets out of there. I imagine he's at least a half hour in there though, which is still enough time for him to get away from Anbu or like Anko or something like that. And so it's just like, damn you, and he just leaves. He pissed off, like royally pissed that Naruto got the one up on him there. And really, that's all it was. Naruto wouldn't really have been able to kill him because I think one of the catches of, say, I'm just calling it again, red blood diamond, or what did I call it? Crimson diamond seal, or crimson diamond prison. Ooh, that's a good one. Crimson diamond prison. I kind of modeled it a little bit off of Urahara's Benihime using like the red mist shield and all that. But now just kind of amplified. I think one of the catch-22s is because it's using chakra, it's like basically pure, almost solidified chakra. If the user's chakra touches it again, it disrupts it, and you can basically just kind of release someone from it. And so Naruto couldn't have like done a killing blow on there. It really is for containment. Naruto, like I said, isn't strong enough to actually beat Orochimaru. I think Orochimaru still actually has way more chakra than him at this point. But it's strong enough, and he had enough chakra at the time, provided with a little boost from the Nine Tails as well, to be able to keep Orochimaru at bay for a little bit. And so Naruto is able to eventually catch up with his teammates, like Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura. It's like Naruto. Hey guys, you okay? Yeah, fine. But what was that? Are you okay? Did you beat him? Beating is a strong word. Naruto's tired out from that. Even Naruto has his limits. And he's tired out from the exertion and everything he just did. But he basically, think words here. But he explains like, yeah, no, I don't know what he wanted. All I know is he wanted you. For some reason, you were the thing he was focused on. I was like, what the hell would he want with me? I don't know. There was, my mom, I learned a lot of things, not even in class, but from my mom about the Sanin. Orochimaru is said to have betrayed the village just for a quest for power or whatever. I don't know the specifics. All I know is if he wants you, it's not a good thing. And Naruto finally like leans back in the tree, just like, ugh. You guys okay? It's like, yeah, thanks, Naruto. Thank you, man. But did you have to hit me? Hey, it's not my fault you were acting like a coward. It's like, hey, and Sasuke's, what did you say? Did I stutter? I might be tired, but I'm still willing to whoop your ass again if I have to. The Sasuke I know isn't a character. What happens when you have to face your brother, huh? You're gonna freeze up like you did there? How are you supposed to avenge your clan if you're just gonna stand there and let someone just you know dog walk you like that? And Sasuke does actually, because this is his oldest friend. He's like, he's pissed off what Naruto's saying, but he's pissed off because he's right. By the way, fun fact: if you're ever in an argument with someone and they get angry, and if they're angry with something you said about habits or whatever about them, not every time, but at least half the time, they're angry because you hit a nerve, because you made a point. Or vice versa. If you're angry with someone because of something they said about your habits, your styles, whatever, no, they could be completely wrong, but a lot of the times when people get angry or shout or yell or whatever, it's because a nerve was struck, and that nerve is something that is actually true about them. Anyway, though, everyone takes the time to rest. Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto do set up some traps, and they're setting them up together. Naruto's still able to make some clones. He makes a clone, says, get some seals on. Wait, the scrolls, do you still? Yeah, don't worry. It's like, we're still good. And so the sound ninja, pop up. We'll wait until dawn. Can Sasuke come out and play? I say, Sasuke, what do you want with Sasuke? Because I imagine Sasuke and Naruto are basically just, sleeping. It's like, oh, we want Sasuke now. It's like, let's just go through you first. And all this, the first line of traps come down, then the giant log. Step another one, please. Is that really all you can? All of a sudden, explosive tags on the log. Explosive tag, boom, and that's what wakes up Sasuke and Naruto. So I take it someone decided to stop and say hello. And son of a, and all of a sudden they see seals on the ground. Like, seals! And all of a sudden they have to get out of there before like a plume of fire or plume of wind pops up. And just, or just a more explosive, like almost like explosive landmines. It's just, it's like they're explosive. Don't move. To think they had this much time. And then Naruto and Sasuke both, pop out. Wait, Sasuke and the Uzumaki, brat. Well, maybe not brat, but and the Uzumaki. Wait, how are you? Why are you not in crippling pain? What's going on? It's like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Does that have to do with something with your boss or Orochimaru? They know. Who cares? We're still gonna wait, Saku. This isn't the same. Wait, hold on. And it's like slicing airwave, vacuum airwave, slicing airwave. And they basically get out of the way. Naruto basically he's revealing he set up some barrier shields around them. Just it's like, what? And Naruto's basically like making a specific hand sign. My guess is that was a combination of wind. It's called the Sound Village, but my guess is that was more wind-based. I hedged my bet. This time it worked, and Naruto reveals it's a kind of a mild chakra barrier. It's like a chakra barrier? Of course, Uzumaki and his blasted seals. Well, I wouldn't worry about that. This is really only for elemental techniques. So that wind jutsu of yours isn't getting through here. Of course, if you really want to throw hands, you're more than welcome to. And they're hedging their bets. Zaku's like, all I gotta do is get beyond that barrier. No, Zaku, don't. And then they kind of look. They look at each other. And Sasuke's about to, but just as they're about to, Zaku suddenly starts seeing flower buds. What? What is this? It's like, what? Genjutsu. And it's like, Sakura? It's like, no, I can't. I'm not going to let you guys do everything. I can help too. I'm a part of this team. And it's like, damn it, release! And all of a sudden, he releases it just to see it cratering a fist. I always call it crater fist. I think it's just called rock fist, but I like crater fist better. Now that should logically kill any person, or at very minimum, give him brain damage. But he's knocked out cold. Like they check him, he's still alive, but holy crap! It's like, all right, you want to go? Let's go. And this isn't good. And Keen's just like, well, what do we do? We have to back out now. There's no way we can handle both these. Um, we can't handle, or we could probably handle the girl, no problem. Sasuke though might be a different story. Sasuke's also just got a jutsu ready, and then there's the Uzumaki. We are beyond the skull. We're retreating now, and so yeah, you will give you this win now, but this isn't over. And they just head out. Now we know that Team 10 and Team 9 did eventually meet up there in that area, but I think they're actually fine. Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke both head towards the tower. Now I don't think they ever run in with Karin. The run in with Karin clearly happened in those days leading up to the last day, where they after that event where they were just kind of living on the land. So if they have the scroll, they're just beelining it straight to the tower. So they make it there. Everyone, and they're definitely not the first people there, but they're definitely there. they're definitely among the earlier bunch. Everyone, makes notes like, "Nah, Hinata, Kiba, you made it." It's like, "Yeah, well, yes, we did, Naruto." And then Naruto kind of takes a moment, eyeing Gaara, like, "Good, good. You guys didn't have any trouble." He's, you know how it is, and Kiba's putting on a front. And so everyone who gets there. Kabuto doesn't even have to, save their asses or anything like that. Kabuto also surrenders, and the fights are underway. And really, the only 3 fights that go over would be Sasuke versus, I believe it's Yori, Sakura versus Ino, and Naruto versus Kiba. Those are really it. So honestly, we'll save those leading into part 7. Thanks for watching, though. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.